All right, so as you can tell, we've got a brand new bike into the shop, or a new to us bike. This is not running, and so a buddy of mine just handed me the keys and said, make it run. So he just dropped it off, so we're gonna do a quick overview of what it is, and then we'll probably take a quick inventory on what needs to get done to the bike. I think today, since the engine's cold, we might be able to do a quick valve adjustment, get this thing ready for the road. So if you're not familiar with this bike, it was a 1 year only bike from BMW. So you can see it's a boxer engine, but it's a 2007. I think in Europe it was a 2006, but here in the US it was a 2007 R1200S. Very, very unique motorcycle for BMW because it comes with a trellis frame, and so it's really the only sport bike that they ever had that had this trellis frame. Very interesting. I really like it for this right here, the under seat exhaust, very Ducati-like, but this is a BMW. Pretty neat bike. Couple of things I noticed as I started going through it. These are not the stock handlebars, so it actually has a different triple tree on top to take these bars. Normally it's clip-ons, and so I actually just found on eBay a replacement to take these back to clip-ons at some point. So the reason we want to do that is this fairing will interfere with these bars. So you can see it hits right there. And so with the clip-ons, it goes into this cutout right here. So that's what we want to do, is get it back to original. And so I've got the part on order on eBay. It's getting shipped out. Should be here a little bit shortly, and then we'll go ahead and fix that. But it doesn't power on. The battery died, so we've got a battery on order. But just kind of wanted to do a quick walk around, see what else we need to do to this bike to get it street worthy. Probably needs a little bit of a wash too, but very interesting bike. It comes with Öhlins for the rear shock, and I think it's got that for the front as well. Let me grab the key. So as you can tell, it's not getting any power. Make sure it's in the run position. Yeah, not getting any power. So the first order of business was to get a new battery. So that's on order. It's got some older gas in it, so we might want to drain the tank. But what happened was my friend used to ride this a lot, and then one day he went out and just tried to start it up. He noticed there was some gas leaking out, and then he basically put it in his garage, and it's never run since. So we think there's a quick disconnect under here somewhere for the tank, and that's probably where the gas was leaking out from. We're going to go ahead and do a full service on this. So we'll do engine oil, transmission fluid, and then here on the BMW, since it's a shaft drive, we'll drain the final drive oil, replace that, and then there's splines in here for the drive shaft. Want to make sure that you lube those up, and so we'll probably do a lube here. Most people in their videos only lube the rear splines, but we'll go ahead, since it hasn't been done, we'll do the front splines as well. That goes into the transmission, so we'll go ahead and do both. I see a little bit of oil here, so my guess is something's leaking out. So we'll go ahead and do both there. We'll go ahead and do a valve adjustment right now. Actually can't do it right now because I need to be able to pull the spark plugs out, and I need a special tool to pull the spark plugs. So not a whole lot that we can do right now, but we're going to go ahead and do a valve adjustment. So we'll go ahead and replace these valve cover gaskets. We'll order some new spark plugs. There is an alternator belt, which is under here. So we'll go ahead and get that replaced as well. And again, do all the fluids. And then I think we've got a bike that will start. I put a power pack on here, and it did crank. So I think it'll be fine. We're just going to get the new battery in. So what I might do today is go ahead and take the old battery out. There's a couple of quick disconnects for the tank here, so I might remove some of this bodywork today just to see how I get access to the underneath of the tank. There's a lot of videos on the R1200 GS or RT, but not a lot of videos on the S, so we kind of have to discover as we go. I looked for a workshop manual online, didn't quite find one, so we're just going to have to fly blind on this by ourselves and just kind of figure things out. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is pop the seat off. So once we got the seat off, there's our battery, and here is the diagnostic port. So we can get that out of the way. I'm not sure if this battery will be able to swing out this way. Might be. I think if I take out that screw down there, then I can slide the battery out, but there's not a lot of space. So let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to get the battery out. There's the battery right there. Doesn't look like it's going to swing out from here. So I don't know if I need to take out the tank in order to get it out. But here are the fairings to get underneath the tank. So we're going to have to figure out how to take this tank apart. So let me do that, and then we'll come back and show you guys how I did it. All right, well, we've got the first panel off, and it's not too difficult. You just got to be real careful. These plastic fairings are probably going to be hard to source. So there looks like there's a bolt here, there was one here, and then this other half, there's one here, and then there was one underneath here, and then it has like these rubber grommets that grip these two studs pretty tightly, and those are these grommets here. So it feels like you're gonna break it, but you're gonna pop them out. So again, there's that bottom screw. So you got that one screw, the one screw that goes here into the front of the fairing, one there, and then the two back there, and then you can just pop it off. And there you go. And that's the side of the tank. So that gives you access to the fuel pump, and then somewhere there's the first quick disconnect, so we can see if when we turn this on, if it's leaking from here, and here is the second quick disconnect. And I heard that the O-ring inside, it's a rubber O-ring, that tends to go bad, and so it might be just a matter of replacing these two quick disconnects to fix the fuel leak. But again, we'll check it out. Again, the first thing we want to do is get the battery out, and the battery was real simple. There was just one screw, and that held this plate on underneath, and then where it was holding the port, the diagnostic port, is just a single Torx 25, and you pull that out, you undo that, this comes out, and then this is just clipped onto the bottom of the tray, and you can fish that out, and then now the battery is free to move. And then the other thing too is all of these bolts that I took out, these were also Torx 25s. So real easy, Torx 25 all around, and then you can peel this side panel off, and then we can go ahead and continue with the battery removal, and then we'll get a new battery in there, and then I got to buy some more tools, and then we'll go ahead and do the valve adjustment, new tools and parts. So then we'll go ahead and do the valve adjustment, make sure that that's done, and then find a way to get to the swing arm so that we can do the service on the swing arm. So I think we're going to have to do it from this side. Not a lot of space to do that front swing arm, but we will find a way to make it work. All right, well, you can see I removed the screws on this side. So again, there's one screw there, one right there, here, and then one underneath right there. And I was going to try and remove this side panel, but it looks like this panel is one piece with the center panel, which I thought they were two. Oh no, they are two. Okay. All right, now we got this side removed as well. There's not a whole lot underneath this one. Probably don't need to remove this in the future, but I thought I'd just take it off, get a good clean, and then you can see there was a little boo-boo here. Might see if we can rub that out or somehow fix that up. Just something to keep in mind on this side in the back, there's a little tab here. So you don't want to be too rough when you're taking it out, because that needs to clip into here in order to hold this piece in the rear nice and tight. So again, I'm going to give this a nice cleaning, but when you're removing it, don't be too forceful. It should pop out pretty easily. There's a couple of detents right here where it clips into, and again, a couple of studs where the rubber grommet will kind of suck it in. We'll go ahead and stop it here. I'm probably going to remove the battery next, and then get the new battery in, and then we'll pick it up another day. But really excited to get this bike in the garage and start working on it. It's a really interesting bike, and I don't think it's going to take much to get it running, so we'll go ahead and take care of it. But again, we need to figure out, once it gets running and get some fuel in here, whether it's this quick disconnect or this quick disconnect. To add it together, it's about $100 in parts, so we might just go ahead and order it as a preventative issue, but wanted to see if the fuel pump is working and the fuel filter, those are working, if those need replacements, because they're all in here as well. And so we might want to just knock all of that out at the same time. But anyway, let me go ahead and order some parts and some tools, and we'll pick it up again another day.
Several days later.
All right, well, as you can see, we've got the R1200S on the back of a trailer because there's actually an open recall on the fuel pump. And if you take a close look, here's the quick disconnect where I think the fuel is leaking out of, but if you look at it, I think that flange is actually cracked. So let me try and get a closer look at it for you. Yeah, so if you look inside, there's the quick disconnect, and it seems like that part is cracked right in there. And so that's the part that the recall is on. And so there's no way to fix this, but the new one has like a metal fitting on it, so it won't hopefully crack in the future. But we're going to take it in, have them get this replaced, and then we'll do the rest of the service on this bike and get it back on the road. Okay, this is what the dealer sent over. They opened up the gas tank to replace the fuel pump, and they took a couple pictures inside to show me what the tank looked like inside. You can see here's the fuel pump. Looks really bad. Inside the tank's not too bad. That gas is kind of old, so they're going to clean it out. But they also need to replace the fuel level sensor. That's probably been sitting in that varnish there for a little while, so they're going to order that up, try to button it up, and then get the bike back to me, and then we'll pick it up here and do the rest of the maintenance.
If you're enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing to the channel and to the newsletter using the links below. We'll share more tool buying tips, classic car and classic motorcycle project finds, some motorsport news, and maybe a wrenching tip or two.